allow the children.
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do even no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my egun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. My egun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. My egun don't come, oh, yo.
Hello there. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining me from. It is Mayegun Live. Apologies for the late start. Please read the caption of this broadcast as usual. Read the description as well. Share it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun today as usual.
Lórí Facebook, and yes, lórí YouTube, and yes,
there is something that has become a recurring decimal in Thiefnubu and his army of thieves. The compulsion in them just to lie unprovoked is a sickness. Remember all of the unnecessary pronouncements and announcements that came back to be bunch of lies. One of them is things are getting so serious now, by the way, that foreign dignitaries that takes pictures with Thiefnubu, they may likely see their face on Nigerian newspapers, online and offline. On some fake investment deal. So more today, without wasting much of our time, okay, let's get down into it. Remember that Koolu was doing his Bulaba Bala Blue at the World Economic Forum. Nobody would listen to that clown and genuinely take their money into that narco state. This is reality. It has nothing to do with whether you like them or you don't like them. This is who they are. Nobody genuinely, legitimately, except for those who are going to go into shady deals with them to rob Nigerians. Nothing real. I mean, in the last 11 months of Thiefnubu, there has been no single $1 genuine confirmed investment in Nigeria attracted by Thiefnubu. Not a single one. They were faking all this, 13 billion deal in India. India promised to invest $11 billion in Nigeria. Zobo. The American big corporations, they were begging Thiefnubu with $4 billion investment. Zobo. So, because in the absence of investment, they have been attracting loans from the World Bank, IMF, and everyone and anyone that can give them loan. The last time, they posted a picture of Bill Gates with Thiefnubu. And guess what the headline is? Bill Gates is going to invest $14 billion to help Nigeria work on Nigeria's taxation. Bill Gates taxation. It's headline in Nigerian newspapers. Propaganda cannot build country. And if you are in doubt, pay attention to Thiefnubu and the shege that majority of you are still going to face. Whatever it is right now, just warm up. You cannot use propaganda to run a country. You can use propaganda and corruption to seize power. But you are going to need more than that. So what happened? Thiefnubu is in Saudi Arabia doing his Bulaba Bala Blue. Then, you know what this Maersk logistic, what do you call them? Maersk. Yeah, hang on. Let me put this off. Maersk Logistics, okay? The chairman met with Thiefnubu in Saudi Arabia. A lot of you who are in, probably, even if you are not into maritime or, import, export, logistic thing, you can't deny the fact that you have seen containers, 40-foot containers, right? With this marking on them, Maersk. So they are already in Nigeria. However, businesses, investors who are looking for opportunities, they are always those you will see at such forums, okay? Those international forums. So if you are there, right, they know about you. So if they are interested in investing in your country, right, they will use the opportunity, okay, to meet with you or your president. That's what that is for, okay? But this guy said that Thiefnubu was in Saudi Arabia and they met with him. Maybe in the conversation as usual, like, there is, there is more than 1 billion, in fact, 1 trillion marine economy. God knows who said something about 600 million. Thiefnubu and his gang, they quickly took the pictures and they added an headline to announce to the mumus who are waiting for Thiefnubu's strategists. There have been a strategy to change their lives somehow. They had no idea what it even meant for $600 million. That's his Shiwaju. She fake news. See, Maersk to inject extra $600 million in Nigeria seaports. Nigeria secures 600 million Maersk investment in seaport infrastructure. Tinubu secures Maersk $600 million investment for Nigerian ports infrastructure. All fake news. The Nation. Tinubu secures Maersk $600 million investment for Nigeria's port infrastructure. Maersk reported $600 million investment in Nigeria is news to Maersk. Like, if you like me, they read the news of something, right? Say, for example, they say, for example, Mayegun is the world president of the violence movement, kind of, say, but I am not aware. And everybody is out there seeing you as I say, no, I'm not, no. What is even the violence movement? Kind of. They did it with UAE. When Thiefnubu met with UAE government and some members of the investment community, business communities, and they tabled to me and said, well, there's over $10 billion of our money trapped in your country, okay? And you need to show some, like, give us some sign of a show of faith, right? Which is, if you can begin to release the money, that will show that, okay, Nigeria is indeed different from the Bokohari's Nigeria. And then Thiefnubu said, oh, don't worry. Once we leave here, I will order them to start paying the money. Like that kind of assurance agreement. But that was it. Okay, that's it. They knew they had no money to pay them or any intention of even paying them. So they were going to cheat them. And those ones knows. They were going to cheat them through the exchange rate and all that. And they knew. But if you want us to believe that you are truthful and you are not Bokohari, okay, let's go back to the agreement that says this, and we will go back to the agreement that will lift the visa ban on Nigerians. Thiefnubu and gang, 5 minutes after, I mean, the Emiratis themselves, probably they are yet to settle down inside their cars when the breaking news in Nigeria broke. UAE has lifted the visa ban on Nigeria. This was last year. Up to this moment, they haven't paid them. And they are not even returning back to say, oh, sorry that we said, it's just we lied. Right? So what is this? What is this sort of necessity to, or the urge to want to desperately show something? Is it the urge to want to desperately show something that we are working? Or what? But don't answer that, okay? Because back in the contraption itself, the what do you call the expectancy? I'm talking about the Agbadorians and most of those who are not even their pals, right? As we speak, the band or the what do you call it? The hardship, they call it, or the suffering of what do you call that again? Fuel scarcity is biting deeper and deeper. And some of them are currently asking me, are you happy that we are suffering? No, I'm not happy. Okay. I am on top of the world, put it that way. But I'm coming back in a moment. Here.
What are we teaching our children? In this just concluded JAMB examination, we saw a situation where a father impersonated his child in writing JAMB. A father writing JAMB for his own son. What are we teaching our children? A group of businessmen had contract with a Chinese company. And they will always tell the Chinese company that, look, produce for us a lower quality of this material. Don't worry, just produce for us. These are our own Nigeria here. They don't need much. It was a little quality, but they sell at the price of the highest quality. They have been contacting each other. So these people now travel to China for the first time they will meet physically. The first thing was that the Chinese people were eating and dining at that time. They asked them, please join us in eating. They said, no. This type of thing you are eating, we don't take it. And you are also taking alcohol. We don't drink alcohol. Please, when it is time, you get our own type of food for us. Okay, the Chinese continued. They said, please, can we get a place to perform ablution while you are eating so that we can pray? It is time for us to pray. The Chinese said, please, let us finish eating. When they finished, they said, in our own attitude, we don't talk while eating. And anything that is the moral teaching, we follow it. But we want to ask you, in your religion that ask you not to take alcohol, were you also not told not to deceive people? Because we are surprised that the same you that has always been telling us to produce fake products, you are the same people that are not taking alcohol with us. And we wonder that you want to pray. The same religion that asks you to leave us and go to observe prayer, did that religion not tell you that you should not deceive people? That means you are doing selective religion, selective worship. You have double standard. It's mischievous. It's dubious. You leave what you like, you take what you like. Why do you always drop moral and you claim spiritual? We need to teach our children morals in as much as we don't drop spiritual. That's my lesson today. Wassalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, Afa. Guys, I'm putting something on, and it is in a bit going to be echoing in the background, so please bear with me, okay? So I'm trying to see how much of, I think that's me. Right, thank you very much. I was putting something up that I actually forgot, and it's back on. So what is that urge to lie? Even when this is supposed to be Saudi Arabia, Muslim tickets in Saudi Arabia. And then you turned around, and they do this a lot. They drop all this lumber, okay? Like your refineries are, Kaduna refinery is 80% ready. It will start work in December. But which December, you don't know. Last year, Port Harcourt refinery is back to life. It will start work in December. Which December? But in reality, don't you ever ask yourselves that, man, do these people, today, are they humans? Kind of like, okay, maybe that shouldn't be, we kind of agree that they might be humans, but they are like the wicked of the wickedest. So this company came out and said, no, we have no plan of, there's nothing like that on our table. Yes, our chairman met with Thiefnubu, and it was like a courtesy call, just a courtesy greeting on the side of World Economic Forum. The president of a country that we are already, closing up our investment there. They are like already having it. The entire place has already been kind of, so far, right? They've been taken over by Thiefnubu and his men. So there's nothing really much left on that, maritime this or that. It's all charm. It's all sham. You get what I mean? Fraud. But if you can't go do mistake, go take pictures with Thiefnubu. You will see your face. Okay, I have to say that in English. Proper B. Listen to me. If you see Thiefnubu anywhere, go take picture with him. Okay, I wanted to say it in English. It doesn't matter, Sha. if they see any picture, any foreign dignitary, that if they do mistake, just stand side by side with Thiefnubu, they can come back and tell you there is a $150 billion healthcare investment deal signed. If they do mistake, go like back Thiefnubu a bit and just turn it like that. Or Thiefnubu photobomb your picture. Just say, oh, Thiefnubu signed $50 billion with some tourists. They will invest $50 billion in tourism in Nigeria. This is the fraud. This is the propaganda that they have brought from their mega slum. The place they've kind of, divided among themselves and owned. And that's exactly what they will replicate back in this entire contraption. Somebody said, if you look at the Obasanjo's people, when Obasanjo came and they did all they did, looted and did all that, right? When Obasanjo left, his people left. When Yar'Adua, same with Yar'Adua, same with Jonathan, even Bokohari, immediately Bokohari people left after destroying everywhere. They left. But Thiefnubu, they will never leave. Okay? They will take over your judicial system, your every sector that matters, every institution that matters. They will plant themselves there, entrench the ideology that kept Lagos under their grip. And somebody said that it will become legally irreversible. What Tinubu will do and his people, when they part with everything, that whatever is the scrap that is left of Nigeria, wherever it is, by the time they are done, they will be owned by them. And it will be legally irreversible. But otherwise, maybe now when we do gidigbo, a lot of us will get our resources back from these lunatics that possibly feels like owning the world, abandoning the people is ideal, is progressive. Listen to some of their usual ass lickers, some of the worries that some of you are arguing with on social media. If you see some of the people you are arguing with on social media, majority of them defending this Thiefnubu and APC, you will beat yourself for kind of getting so low to engage with such low lives. If you see them in real life, when you say something, they will tell you, when you tell them that so company is leaving Nigeria, so business is leaving Nigeria, they will tell you it's because they cannot compete, or it's because of corruption, blah, 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 blah. And then the entire country is dipped further into abject poverty and joblessness. If you see them in real life, APC, Egbekebese supporters, APC, Egbekebese lunatic sewage dwellers, if you see them in real life, a lot of you will kind of possibly just shut down your social media forever. Like, I don't want to even get, like, it's you know, but one of them or some of them are here lamenting now.
Bros, Tinubu, they show us.
The question is this: what is the primary objective? Nedum asked a very important question, and I think that is the question in the heart and mind of Nigerians. What is the objective of this government? What is it trying to achieve? What is the primary objective of this government? Let us understand. Let us understand. People are suffering. People are suffering. Oh, I should have asked Nedum. Nedum, please request the mic. Are you there? Nedum, please request the mic again, if you can hear me. I can't see you. I need to ask you one last question before you go.
Big Daddy, the primary objective is to show everybody pepper.
No,
Increase money.
Yusuf, I have asked people that I don't want sarcasm. This is not a space to be sarcastic. I don't want sarcasm. I want reality. We are talking about reality. We are not here to play politics. No, tell it from the bottom of your heart. Nedum, one last question I want to ask you, and I want you to be 100% honest.
Okay.
What have you achieved, or what have you enjoyed? What positive thing have you seen since the coming of this administration? Tell me.
Okay. I'm a Christian and I so much believe in life after death. I must to be sincere with you and I must answer you with all sincerity from the bottom of my heart. Since Tinubu administration took over May 29, May 29, 2023, I must to tell you that it is from one suffering to another. Okay, before he took over, remember my salary, let's assume my salary is 300,000 naira. Then immediately he took over, subsidy is gone issue. Let's assume you have a car, a pump price have now, a fuel price have now jumped from 100 and something naira to what? To 600. Then I'm putting this question back to you. Let's start with just only that aspect, that sector. There's somebody who is not earning 300,000 naira a month, filling his tank maybe at the rate of 16,000, 15,000, or as the case may be. Now jump to 30 something to 40,000 naira to fill up your tank. And remember, this may not last you for 1 month, and this is just for fuel alone. Then immediately after that, just after 1 month or 2 months, things started going up. For instance, now your feedings, maybe a family of 2 or 3 or 4, maybe every week, maybe you budgeted like 15K or 20K. Now, because everybody's increasing things, everybody want to meet up with the purchasing and all. Everything that go up, your purchasing this thing have also increased. So in all sincerity, I must tell you from the bottom of my heart, no, let Nigeria say the truth. Whether you are APC or anything you belong to, say the truth for God's sake. No Nigeria can come out and tell me, except people who this government, maybe they are jobless, government now start engage them in one way to other in terms of salary, engage them as an advisor or a minister.
Because that is exactly the only thing that APC, Thiefnubu, has done. They have managed to put some young people on salary under the pretense of political appointment. I told you now, Thiefnubu's office, which is from the office of Bajabia Mole, they have issued out appointment letters that is over 12,000 appointments. You are thinking that that's ridiculous, Abi? You need to visit some states in Nigeria. There are some state governors with over 1,500 special advisors. I'm not making it up. And most of them are from the northern Nigeria. It's a means of job, okay? And those are the people that will be shouting at you online that you are enemy of government, that you should endure. Meanwhile, they are only giving them peanuts, okay? Some of them, they put them on the peanut allowance, called salary of 150,000 naira. Meanwhile, by the time they collect the money and they get out there, the same economy where they want to go and spend the 150,000 has already devalued the money, so it's worthless. So even when you see them, except for some of them that I think all of them, they have this packaging. Once they put them on that payroll, then the next thing, they automatically become social media influencer, okay, for Thiefnubu. Their own is to gaslight you, abuse you. Even if you have a genuine complaint, which is all complaints are actually like genuine, right? But let's say something happened to you and you really need help and you are reporting it that, this thing so and so, they will come there and attack you because to them, you are trying to make the government look bad. So this secret employment appointment is what has become the pandemic harassing Nigerians everywhere, threatening them, intimidating them. And the guy is right, except for those people that they have picked here and there. The rest, they are on their own. They just tell them to hang on. They will do empowerment. Go and apply for Kinikon loan. And that's how they will live their life miserably. You see those ones they are giving 150, 200,000 to, eh? Once they get paid, they will go and, they'll go and buy, Guinea brocade, all those shiny Guinea, or Ankara. They will go and kind of make themselves some native wears and maybe Thiefnubu's cap, okay? Get closer to, so that they can look a little bit better than their fellow slaves that they are lying to. Government is trying. I am a special advisor to the Honorable Minister on Transportation. So Honorable Minister said they will bring food. They will do empowerment. We will buy Okada for, you get? This is their job. This is their own progressive politics. But when you see them one-on-one, a lot of you will kind of beat yourself up and say, so these are the kind of people I am actually like engaging with, and no wonder that you can never have any conversation with them. You can't, right? So everybody is lamenting. I'm going to play that clip again. But everyone is lamenting in Nigeria, and the Abobakus are not getting it any better. So because of this, let's take a stroll down you see the person where they lie about $600 million investments is the same person that destroyed over $200 million investments, landmark beach, landmark resorts. For context, this is what Tinubu destroyed, and many other businesses along the route, up to Oniru Beach and all these places. They have destroyed multi-million dollars businesses, and then they went on to Saudi Arabia to go and lie about a fake $600 million deal. For context, take a look at what Tinubu destroyed. Sorry about that. I had to kind of go and quickly pick up something because I was rushing when I came in. Thanks for joining me, okay? You can let me share this if you see this. Just for context, somebody who destroyed that is somewhere doing bala blue, bulaba jargons. They're making up fake news. It is also so ridiculous that Ribadu, the former EFCC dog, that is now National Security dog for Thiefnubu, somebody who was once hunting Thiefnubu, now working in a regime where Lamba lies is what they want to force on you and make you believe. And if you fail to, then you are the enemy of Nigeria. According to Ribadu, right now, the social media is a threat to national security in Nigeria. So the question is, how? He said, social media has the potential for promoting fake news. Did you hear that right? Right. Social media has potential to promote fake news that can lead to chaos in Nigeria. And because of that, social media is a national threat. But that is from the criminals who have been giving us fake news. Fake news. Oh yeah, what would they count? Anyone who can remember. Oh yeah, you can tell me few that you can remember too. I'm going to look at my comments. How many of their fake news can you remember that should have all of them arrested right now? Ribadu first. Okay. Oh yeah. The Nigeria economy is doing great under Thiefnubu. Lie. Thiefnubu saved Nigeria by removing subsidy. Lie. Thiefnubu has improved Nigeria image abroad. Lies. Investors are they are fighting to invest in Nigeria, but after 11 months, zero investment. So lies, fake news. Dubai visa ban has been lifted. Ended up as what? Lies. Subsidy is gone. And they ended up as what? Lie. We are not defending the Naira. What happened to the missing $2 billion from the Nigerian Foreign Reserve? Did you use that to defend the Naira? No, we didn't. Lies. We are not printing money. Lies. Oh, we printed 3.8 trillion naira and we borrowed Thiefnubu 3.8 trillion naira in 6 months. See? Tell me more lies. These are people. Okay, security has improved since Thiefnubu came in. Lies. People are no longer being kidnapped because the terrorists have been defeated. Onofunuga. Lies. There is another one. We have now harmonized the exchange rates, and that is why Nigerian Naira is doing well. Lies. Nigerian Naira is not doing well. Kaduna Refinery is 80% ready. It's going to start operation in December. Lies. Fake news. Port Harcourt Refinery is ready. It's going to start work in December. Lies. Fake news. Dangote Refinery is ready to produce the first diesel. Fake news. Lies. Tell me more. But now, you talking about those lies and calling them out, you are the threat to national security. Student loan will start in October. Lies. Fake news. Student loan will start and kick off in December. Fake news. You all know all this fake news, but they just feel like they are the ones who have the right to lie. And when they lie to you, you should take it as the truth, even if it's a lie. But you calling them liar on social media, calling Thiefnubu. Now listen to this one. They say calling Thiefnubu a drug dealer is a threat to national security. Is Thiefnubu a drug dealer? Yes or no? Is Thiefnubu a drug dealer? Yes or no? Did Thiefnubu forfeited $460,000 to avoid jail for heroin trafficking in Chicago? Yes or no? Did Thiefnubu forge his school certificate? Yes or no? Did Thiefnubu work for, what is that word called again? Deloitte. Did Thiefnubu work for Deloitte? Is a lie. Yes or no? No. So when you say all these things, right, they automatically feel like you saying the truth is a threat to national security. And that is why when, take a look at this. When Edward Snowden Third, when exposing a crime is treated as committing a crime, you are being ruled by criminals. So Ribadu can put on the gloves, but the best for him is to possibly, ideally, to build more prisons. Okay? Because you can't threaten people, you can't stop them, right, for calling you out. They've tried all this, their tribal, ethnic, religious, all of them have failed. And they are angry that they have spent billions, which I can't even sense or see, and yet, all of you seem too smart. And the way you are becoming too smart and becoming too loud and outspoken is a threat to Ribadu. It is a threat to Thiefnubu. It is a threat to all of their gang of thieves. It is not a threat to Nigeria. But because criminals are in power, they will use that power, okay, to crush their own citizens that are dissatisfied. So before they start, don't you think they should build more prisons for you? Because even those of you who are championing for them, you will soon stone them. I'll show you the streets, what people are going through. But before I show you this, right, in case you are one of the Indomie generation, you're one of those from the Indomie generation, the Indomie generation that can no longer afford to pay or buy Indomie anyway. This fuel scarcity that you are seeing is a regular ritual. Okay? The incompetence of criminals that have successive criminals that have been in charge of Nigeria is historical. It has been from generation to generation. 30 years ago today, April 30, 30 years ago today, that is April 30, 1994. Watch. 30 years ago, I was a 10-year-old boy. But look at me seated in front of you here. Some of you are calling me Uncle. Uncle Mayegu. Uncle Mayegu. 30 years ago, I witnessed adults who knew better or should know better suffered this thing that you are suffering. And not because so, as long as you continue to champion the existence of this contraption, your own children are also going to suffer it, including their own children and their own children and children like that. Do you understand what that means, right? Now fast forward to 30 years later. You are back at it. All they have to shout, they will give you one reason, and logistic, and all that. And you are actually paying through your noses now. Man, that one actually really got to me, Sha. Imagine a 10-year-old me that didn't understand what the whole confusion was. Why everyone just got shut down, everywhere just kind of, like the activities, I probably didn't understand. They just said, oh yeah, Koseko, there is no fuel. I didn't understand why there was no fuel. There are many kids right now who have been born into these sufferings. They have no idea why a lot of you adults are frustrated right now, angry, sometimes just lazying about. They have no idea, but they are wondering in their mind, like, okay, they said Koseko, this. That is the world you have brought them into. When you are making all those your decisions and pointing fingers, defending your oppressors, right? And thinking you are using that to slight those who are speaking out, right? I'm coming back to that thing. But here.
Check the queue out. Check this queue out. You guys are talking about Whiskey and Davido and Don Jazzy online. But there is fire burning in your country. A lot is happening in your country. You better hit the street and challenge this government. Hold them accountable. The fuel subsidy was removed. But look at Q. Nigerians are suffering. Wake up, Nigerians.
Students of Ribadu, ayé ti bàjẹ́. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni wọ́n.
Wọ́n ti jùblò sọ kẹ́ẹ̀gì ìdàlù. Wọ́n ti fẹ́ẹ̀ tí pọ́ǹpù gan ṣubú ẹ̀wù. Èrò tẹ̀sí wà ń ta o tí wọ́n ti ráyè wọlé.
In your warped mind, listen to me. If you are watching me from Nigeria, this that I'm about to say is for you, especially if you are one of those voluntary slaves. You are in Nigeria, and possibly you want a better life too, right? But Thiefnubu and his gang, starting from Bokohari, they continue to give you poison and continue to kill you and kill your dreams. But somehow, you watch your fellow citizens who are always, every day, calling out these criminals and what they are doing to you. But to you, they are the mob. People who want, or screaming and fighting and shouting for a better Nigeria. You call them mob. What do you really stand for? All of you. If you are one of them, I'm talking directly to you now. You are an APC, a Bekegbe person, right? And you are convinced that Thiefnubu mean well, right? But you are living in that place. You have evidence of how this whole thing has affected you and affecting you right now. Even if you think you do have a little money, you know how this is affecting you. You are worried. At least you are. But yet, you do not have the energy to demand for that thing that Thiefnubu promised you. You do not have the courage. You don't have the motivation, nothing. Like all of this, you are not motivated to actually call them out. But you have all the energy in this world to attack those who have the courage to stand up and call them out, to call them mob, and sometimes massage or masturbate in public over their own audacity But in secret, you are wailing. Some of you are so dumb, you are praying for a better Nigeria in this age and time. Do you ever think about your life at all? Like, what is your purpose in life? There must be something that you want to be away from all of this. I mean, there must be something. You can't be hopeless. I don't think anybody can be that hopeless. Is there not something that you have that is a purpose? And you can tell yourself how this is threatening it. Is there not something that you are living for that will soon be taken away from you? I mean, I'm trying to kind of study this, but I just thought I should ask. But let's go back to the streets where this suffering and smiling is evident. Meanwhile, that's even like, I told you I was going to replay that audio that I played earlier. Let me replay it. Take a listen.
Bros, Tinubu, they show us.
The question is this. What is the primary objective? Nedum asked a very important question. And I think that is the question in the heart and mind of Nigerians. What is the objective of this government? What is it trying to achieve? What is the primary objective of this government? Let us understand. Let us understand. People are suffering. People are suffering. Oh, I should have asked Nedum. Nedum, please request the mic. Are you there? Nedum, please request the mic again, if you can hear me. I can't see you. I need to ask you one last question before you go.
Big Daddy, the primary objective is to show everybody pepper. Even
No,
they don't increase money.
Yusuf, I have asked people that I don't want sarcasm. This is not a space to be sarcastic. I don't want sarcasm. I want reality. We are talking about reality. We are not here to play politics. No, tell it from the bottom of your heart. Nedum, one last question I want to ask you. And I want you to be 100% honest.
Okay.
What have you achieved? Or what have you enjoyed? What positive thing have you seen since the coming of this administration? Tell me.
Okay. I'm a Christian and I so much believe in life after death. I must to be sincere with you and I must answer you with all sincerity from the bottom of my heart. Since Tinubu administration took over May 29, 2023, I must to tell you that it is from one suffering to another. Okay, before he took over, remember my salary, let's assume my salary is 300,000 naira. Then immediately he took over, subsidy is gone issue. Let's assume you have a car, a pump price have now, a fuel price have now jumped from 100 and something naira to what? To 600. Then I'm putting this question back to you. Let's start with just only that aspect, that sector. There's somebody who is not earning 300,000 naira a month, filling his tank maybe at the rate of 16,000, 15,000, or as the case may be. Now jump to 30 something to 40,000 naira to fill up your tank. And remember, this may not last you for 1 month, and this is just for fuel alone. Then immediately after that, just after 1 month or 2 months, things started going up. For instance, now your feedings, maybe a family of 2 or 3 or 4, maybe every week, maybe you budgeted like 15K or 20K. Now, because everybody's increasing things, everybody want to meet up with the purchasing and all. Everything that go up, your purchasing this thing have also increased. So in all sincerity, I must tell you from the bottom of my heart, No, let Nigerians say the truth. Whether you are APC or anything you belong to, say the truth for God's sake. No Nigeria can come out and tell me, except people who this government, maybe they have jobless, government now start engage them in one way to other in terms of salary. Engage them as an advisor or a minister.
So I decided to bring it back. That's the feeling. Here is another one, which is like an appetizer, but before that, listen to this.
But really, I remember that in the 1970s when we were students, the federal government will produce this, like the second and later on the third National Development Plan, and all the state military governors will also produce the state development
but that was a
plan.
Military government.
That was a military.
He did make the distinction.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
It was very important because, you know, that time, if the federal government says, for example, that we will make trunk A road from this place to this place, then all the states along that road will say, okay, we will make trunk B roads leading from
feeder
that
roads.
one, feeder roads. And then the local governments will say, okay, we will now make trunk C.
But that was, it's almost like that was one of the positive things, if I might say that, about military government.
Of course, but as you can see, what is happening now in civilian government, there is absolutely no plan at all.
Well, there's no cooperation.
No cooperation. States will sit there, every delegation will come and beg the governor, please, we want this. Then he will check his records that I won election in that area, or I want to win election in that area. So I will just promise it's not in the budget, not to talk of in the plan. So possibly the political situation set up now is not conducive for development planning, which is a tragedy.
Yes, because in fact, I mean, to further support the point that you're making, some of the huge developments, infrastructural developments in this country took place during that
There is no
period.
doubt about that. The first, second, and the third national development
I mean, all those flyovers in Lagos, the building of
the oil
Abuja,
refineries, the depots, the highways, the airports, the oil refineries, the ports and airports.
Because what you have left now are a bunch of thieves. The military build a system that the civilian are currently milking, which is paving way for this road, which is a pathway to poverty. But it's true, history. Third mainland bridge was built by the military. All of the refineries in Nigeria were built by the military. When the military were in charge, Obasanjo built Niger Dock. Nigeria was building ships. Nigeria has hangars where planes were being fixed inside Nigeria. Brand new ships were being built inside Nigeria. Nigeria was refining our own crude oil, producing all the needed content and all that from the same crude oil under the military. But when it comes to these Jegudu Jera criminals, or more, they are like those that you know, they will eat the plate. I mean, they will eat the food and eat the pot. Bunch of criminals, and all they have to do is to make sure that as they are destroying it, they are giving the military their share. Maybe not this kind of military, because these ones are now businessmen, billionaire military men, and all that. It's all messed up. Oh God! And when what do you call him? You remember Buba Galadima? This one is trending.
I have nothing new to say.
People are hungry.
Let them die. It's their fault. Yeah, I'm supporting Tinubu 100%.
You're supporting Tinubu
100% to deal with Nigerians.
Jeez.
People like you. So that when next election comes, I will now see whether when people bring money, you will vote for them or you will do your conscience.
Jagaba shine gaba da Allah mu ne gaba Jagaba shine gaba Bola Ahmad Tinubu Jagaba shine gaba Jagaba shine gaba Ashwaju Jagaba shine gaba Tinubu Jagaba shine gaba Alhaji Ahmad Tinubu Jagaba shine gaba APC Jagaba gaba shine gaba.
Allah shine gaba.
Ja gaba shine gaba.
Taya mu da murna dare.
Ja gaba shine gaba.
Ira garba ta dare.
Ja gaba shine gaba.
Sai Tinubu a kauye gari.
Ja gaba shine gaba.
Ja gaba, ja gaba.
Ja gaba shine gaba.
Masu lema ba za gari.
Ja gaba shine gaba.
Masu kwando za su yi bari.
Ja gaba shine
Ne gaba, a gaban, ja gaba shine gaban.
Because somebody said something that I want to play for you now. But before I do that, you can tell, if you ask them, what is their plan? They have none other than grab whatever they can see to grab and run with it. You will see Shege. Shege will see you. And somehow, even though it won't work, you will call on God. God punish Shege and God bless me. I see Shege, Shege see you. You know, that kind of a feeling. When Thiefnubu is done with all of you, all of us, because in this case, now everybody go collect, so we shouldn't be pointing. We see one true emperor, I know say you are like a Buba Galadima, made them die. You have no empathy for their foolishness in that place, because they will do it again, we know. I made them die. But now all of us go still feel and maybe not all of us will be in public with it. But for this man, they have learned their lesson. Next time, they are going to see this video. This one is saying that they are going to vote for shitty man. Thiefnubu has failed them and disappointed them. They are suffering, they are dying. So they are going to vote for shitty man. And if APC delegates fail to give them shitty man, they will ensure that they don't go smell anything APC in the north. Oh yeah, now. Igba Kejele Dumare. Stevie Wonder. Now who signed the speaker? Ahmed. I think I'm going to call on Ahmed to help me. Those of you who understand that I've already interpreted, okay? But yeah, that's what he's saying in this video, okay? Let somebody help me further in the comment section.
Mai girma Kashim Shatima mu zo mu tsaye da shi takarar shugaban kasa, amma ina gaya maka idan Tinubu ne ba mai zaɓa sa arewa. Kashim mu zo mu jarraba bari domin abin da yasa Larabar da za ta fidda ta kuwa tun daga Talata muke gane ta.
Amma wannan ba za ka rataya mata jakar tsaba ba, za a ce yayi wuri ba.
Jima na ra'ayinmu ne fa a matsayinmu na 'yan siyasa da muke da magoya baya a ƙasar nan su ta 19 arewacin Najeriya. Ba komanda ne ya kirkiro ba. Mu muka ce dan Shatima shi za mu tsayar takarar shugaban kasa. Idan baka tsai da dan Shatima takarar shugaban kasa ba, billahi lazi APC sai ta faɗi. To za mu ci gaba da kabilancin da ake mana? Ai ba za mu yadda ba. Shi isa mutane wannan ra'ayi ne na Arewa Media Group da al'ummar Arewa waɗanda suke goyon bayan Arewa Media Group suke goyon bayan kwamanda. Dan Shatima muke so 2027 tsaya takarar shugaban kasa. Kuma muna faɗa wa delegate, muna faɗa waɗannan gwamnonin da ba su da amfani, domin ku ne da delegate. Wallahi mutukar ba ku tsaye mana da kashin ba, to ba za mu yi APC ba, domin babu saukakkiya a cikin siyasan nan, ko babu wacce aka haife ta tare da mu. Ra'ayi ne muka ga ya dace za mu yi saboda wasu al'umma.
Amma komanda mu kalli tsawon lokacin da shi
Olenye, Yaya Bello, Olenye, Yaya Bello, 80.2 billion, you squander RAM, 1.1 billion, just for school fees, God go punish you, Ogun go kill you, Ole Buruku, Ole Werenye, Olenye, Yaya Bello, Olenye, Yaya Bello, Olenye.
This is not the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. Since 1992 when I encountered you, I don't think this is the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. That calls me his friend and I call him my friend, and calls me my son, and I call him my father. This is not how a Bola Tinubu. This is not the
Easy Cooper. I'm still trying to get the meaning of that. The last 10 seconds, right? I actually have this, this goosebumps, like that scratch that you feel in your body when, I don't know. It's so funny. So that is what Stevie Wonder was saying, that meaning, we will never do this mistake. We will never make this mistake again. You will make it again. There's nothing you're going to do about it. I promise you. Then he suggested shitty man. Anyway, that is that on what people are currently expressing due to the hardship. Well, you see this lady has something to say. Just like the man you listened to prior.
The truth is that we're back to square one. We have always been told a lie about the issues around fuel, subsidy, and petroleum availability in the country. And so we are back to a situation whereby NNPC is telling you one thing. And now the worst part is that you now have the independent marketers corroborating what NNPC is saying. Because NNPC is saying it's logistics problem, and petroleum marketers are saying it will take you another 2 weeks because they have to do some other things, which also boils down to the fact that it is also logistics problem. So the fact of the matter is that we are supposed to be #1 crude oil producing country in Africa, and yet we don't have access to the finished product. So you have a situation whereby we have 4 refineries in the country that is supposed, by the way, to produce 450,000 barrels per day, that when you refine into all the products, you are supposed to get over 70 million liters of petrol that is supposed to meet our domestic need of the country. Last year, you had this back and forth. People were saying 65, people were saying 40 million liters domestic consumption per day. But I tell you, if we had our 4 refineries working optimally, we will produce about 70 million liters per day that would have met our domestic consumption and be enough for us to export. So the truth of the matter is that we have been told a lie for a very long time, and we have been so comfortable in that lie that it is all about logistics. But the truth is that we have failed in making our infrastructure work. We have failed in meeting the needs of the country, and we have failed to make Nigerians benefit from the natural resources that all of us should have access to. The truth is,
how many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that. Sorry, oh. May God not allow them, make them kill you. 70 years old man. I am mumu too much. You be mumu. You think say they wise? How many times?
Back to square one and continue to live the lie. I'm talking about lies. I don't know how many of us will believe this, but I kind of want to believe it. When this man popped up on AIT program, and they said he's the guy in charge of the Interpol Nigeria. When you have Interpol Nigeria, it simply means that they are connected with Interpol all over the world. 2 years ago, Nigeria, almost 3 years now, Nigeria kidnapped the leader of the IPOB, Maersk, Nnamdi Kanu, in Kenya, under a trumped-up lies. The Kenya government said they did not know that they were lied to, and because of that, they had to give him up to the Malamu's kidnapping ring, and Thiefnubu and their gang, who all worked together to bring Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria, drugged, unaware of anything. After 5 to 7 days, in the custody of the Kenyan authority, Kenya secret police that they used in arresting him, and then drugging him and kidnapping him from Kenya with no diplomatic or whatever, anything at all. But yeah, violating the international laws, breaking that to commit kidnapping. So, but they told Nigerians that this was done by the Interpol in Kenya, possibly with the collaboration of their Nigerian counterparts. We were made to believe that Nnamdi Kanu was declared wanted. But this man have a lot to say on this. But like I said, I don't know if I should believe him or not. I kind of want to. Let's watch together.
AIG, there are not a few who believe that the pace at which the Interpol International and Interpol Nigeria are working is quite interesting. They point to the fact that Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the proscribed group, IPOB, it didn't take long for them to grab him from the same Kenya and get him down to Nigeria, and he's facing justice now. That's why is this like a case of we're following process, diplomatic channels, etc., etc.
Believe you me, I want to tell you I don't know what you are talking about. All I know...
You seems not to know exactly what we are talking about here.
No. You are bringing an issue that Interpol is not aware of. You know, let me define the role of Interpol so that you can understand. Interpol is an international police organization that assists law enforcement agencies within the 196 countries to look for a fugitive that runs or is hiding. And if you look at all the other fugitives that are brought to face justice in Nigeria, they have the link, those who are involved with Interpol. So I don't know I don't want to talk about issue of Kanu, who brought him back to Nigeria. I'm not aware how he was brought back to Nigeria or how he came into Nigeria. Interpol is not aware. We stated this long time ago, and we made it categorically clear. So it's not a question. There are what we call police-to-police relationship, international police cooperation. Another police, it does not necessarily bring Interpol. If one police and another exchange a suspect is running from them, they can have an international police cooperation that out of the scope of Interpol. But however, if a notice is given to an individual, like blue notices, when the inmates in Kuje prison escaped, we did a biometric capture of those suspects, and we shared it with international communities. We shared it with our law enforcement agencies. Many of them were re-apprehended because we have their biometrics. Now, in the issue of red notice, where a red notice is issued under the federal court that issued that notice of arrest, that is warrant of arrest for such international, it will go to the Interpol, we'll process it, we'll look at it, we'll look at the charges, and then we'll issue a red notice. On that red notice, we bring back the culprit to face justice because all the 196 countries will be looking for that individual.
Would sincerely like to thank you, retired Assistant Inspector General of Police, Garba Umar, who is currently the Vice President of Interpol Africa region.
Because there is no record on the Interpol's website, one, that Nnamdi Kanu is wanted by Nigeria. Two, that they were involved in his illegal rendition to Nigeria. Let that be on record. So that when people want to really bring justice on this case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when they are piling up all their evidence and going after Bokohari, Malamu, and many others, and some of the lies they told the media just to illegally commit international crime. against one man. This is going to be Andy. Because some of you probably, and he said, we cleared that a long time ago. We were not involved. They have to tell all of you how they kidnapped him. They didn't follow anything official. And that is what their court said. Nnamdi Kanu has no case to answer. If Nigeria truly want to try Nnamdi Kanu for anything at all, first, they would have to first put him on a private jet. Clean him up enough that he's happy to fly. Then return him back to Kenya. Then go through the Kenya judicial system by presenting a case against him in Kenya, why he is needed in Nigeria. With all the evidence, Nnamdi Kanu will fight it there. Now, if he loses in Kenya, that is when Nigeria can now bring him to Nigeria for any trial. But you and I know this is just one of Bokohari's dream of keeping an Igbo man among many others who he sees as a threat to the advancement of their jihad and jihadism. And therefore, let me keep him as a trophy. Not because he's done anything wrong. And since they have illegally locked him up, denying him access to medical care, trying to kill him slowly, they have now invaded this region, picking up every young and old, making them disappear, spreading fear, militarizing a region that we have witnessed for years now. I mean, the injustice continued to escalate. Communities of civilians have been invaded by Nigerian army, opened fire, burned down to ashes in the name of looking for IPOB. While in some vulnerable border towns, communities, vulnerable people are exposed to the violent attacks of these Fulani terrorists, like they have been witnessing in Enugu in the last 3 months. All of these, as you know, when they say state-sponsored, seemed very well coordinated. The people's fate seems to have been sealed, and whoever is on the way trying to stop them, they will do everything to bring them down. So they lock an innocent man up, making up different allegations, but none of them could be proven in their own courts. Their court said let him go, but they found means to still keep him while they set their terrorists on his people. Who is this threat to the national security? Obina. Sir Obina has something to say, the doctor.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's actually start with the reports. Okay. From Enugu. Watch this.
The atmosphere in Nimbo community, also one in local government area of Enugu State, remains tense following a recent attack allegedly carried out by armed herdsmen from neighboring borders. The attack, which occurred last Sunday, claimed the lives of 4 individuals, including a child.
So, for the issue, what we are realizing that Fulani killed my brother. With the child he carried for his hand, they killed all of them.
I was sent to take care of a church here. And this is my place where they really entered yesterday. I saw them face to face. It was God that saved me. And since that yesterday, this is my just coming back. I've been on the way, running up and down. So I don't know how.
Attacks on Nimbo, a border town in Uzowani, have become a recurring nightmare, leaving villagers living in fear.
I've denied us the favor and the fate of being a youth in this village. They have been dealing with us several times. This is not the first time, this is not the second time.
The situation is peculiar. Anything you can do
to strengthen our local vigilance. If it's possible to give us a drone that can monitor our bush, because we don't have any other farm.
Governor Peter Mba, accompanied by heads of security agencies in the state, has come to empathize with the community and instill hope, declaring enough is enough.
We're pained. We're truly pained by such dastardly killing. It's absolutely senseless that a people who are living quietly within their environment, you have people who would trespass, come into their locality and open fire on them. That is inexcusable, is unacceptable, and we are not going to stop at anything. We're going to identify, we're going to track these culprits. We're going to pursue them wherever they are. We're going to capture them, and we're going to make sure that we bring them to justice.
While acknowledging Enugu State's reputation for hospitality, he emphasized that this generosity should not be taken for granted.
We are very hospitable people, but when we demonstrate hospitality, we expect our guests, people who have come to mingle with us, to also abide by the rules, to play.
Assuring the villagers, they announced that the government will assume responsibility for all medical bills and alleviate the suffering of victims. We also promised scholarships for the children orphaned by the attack and employment opportunities for those in need. Kelechi Ekeledo, AIT News, Enugu.
Thank you, AIT. I wanted to say nuisance today, but again, that also got to me. I have been pointing out the reports from the Uzo Wani, and as well as Nimbo border towns in Enugu. I have been kind of talking about them for weeks now. And they have been protesting, rejecting the situation or the establishment of Fulani Ruga in their community. And the government has been doing everything as well to keep them quiet. And they still continue going ahead with the Ruga plan in Enugu. So if Peter Mba, their governor, suddenly feels like, okay, I will pay the hospital bills of those killed, those injured, and I will also give employment opportunity to the people of this community. That means he just went there to go and do the formality, all talks, no action, because they will never see him again until maybe another killing in his army happens. They would never see him again. They will never visit that place again. And the people, they will be left on their own. So why are they killing people in Uzo Owani in Enugu, the Fulani terrorists in Enugu? This Dr. Obina has something to say about that. Please listen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My heart bleeds at the level of massacre, the level of bloodletting that have been visited on the people of Nimbo in Enugu State consistently over the last 1 decade. Just yesterday, they just got another visitation of the agents of terror, the usual bandits, the usual terrorists and criminals hiding as herdsmen. And what are they after? The fertile soil and the fertile land of Nimbo. There is no mistaking the fact that this militia, these criminals, these bandits, masquerading as herdsmen, have no other objective than to attack, destroy, devastate, and chase away the indigenous people from their land so that they can occupy those land. There is nothing like farmers-herders clash. Nimbo as a community belongs to ancestral indigenous people over hundreds to thousands years ago. The Nimbo people are peace-loving. The Nimbo people are farmers. Nimbo land is one of the most fertile land in Enugu State. Enough of this bloodletting. I'm happy that Governor Mba says he will not leave any stone unturned to ensure that Nimbo people are protected. And I must assure him, if he's waiting for those in Abuja to protect his people, he will wait till eternity. The hour and the time and the season has come for them to take the battle back to the bandits. Let me tell you, there is something that is so obvious. Lawful terror deters unlawful terror. Close your eyes and imagine, why is it that these bandits and these terrorists do not operate freely in areas like United Arab Emirates, in areas like China, in areas like, of course, you saw what Russia did to them when they were trying to play fast ones on Russia. Now, let me tell you this. The governor of Enugu State must rise up, wake up, just like the other governors in the southeast. Ban open grazing. Not only ban open grazing, empower the communities to enforce it. Not just enforce it in the most vicious manner. That, see, when the bandits and the terrorists or these unholy criminals understand clearly that they cannot just march into Nimbo, massacre innocent women and children and march out without repercussions. When they realize it, that any attempt to take over Nimbo will be futile and will be met and resisted forcefully with overwhelming amount of force, they will stop coming. Lawful terror deters unlawful terror. Let me tell you, all over the world it is proven. Bandits, terrorists, bullies, criminals are cowards. They are the most cowardly human animals ever created by God. So the only thing that deters these guys and that will put them off permanently is not just only to protect the people, but to track them wherever they are, to give them a dose of their wisdom. Do you know why terrorists find it so difficult? Before you calculate going to attack Israel or attack the Jews, just sign your own death warrant, because even if it takes the Jews 30 years, even if it takes them 60 years, they will locate you, they will liquidate you. Those who participated in the genocide, those who participated in the Holocaust of 1939 to 1949, even till tomorrow, are still paying the penalties. The Mossads will not leave you. Israelis will not forget you. They will track you. Even if you enter hell, they will bring you out from hell, deal with you, and send you back to Satan, your father. Peter Mba must rise up. Peter should not be like the ever smiling and laughing Buruburu, the rotund one who could not protect his people. One of the tastes of leadership is the ability and capacity to protect lives and property. What happened in Nimbo yesterday should not happen again. Peter Mba must rise up, mobilize.
No, it won't, but thank you very much for that. Okay. I just, when you're talking about fighting back these terrorists, I know a lot of us are very enthusiastic and optimistic too, right? We must fight, we must this or that. You need resources, okay? It's all these things that people should fight back, people should this or that. You need resources. And it has to be like a stream of it. You cannot fight those who have been jihadists. I am talking about terrorists for hundreds of years. To you that was raised to be reading books and creating things and inventing things and all stuff, compared to those who have been who were born into that terrorism, because they have been told they could take anything they want. All they will need is just a gun. That's it. So, which simply means if you want to kind of defeat people like that, if it is not because of the weakest of us, the reason why the resources becomes unavailable. Number one, the motivation is not there. Talking about motivation, the southern Nigeria is being led by the weakest people ever. And therefore, the strongest Fulani terrorists and their sponsor, they are having an easy ride. In Enugu, for example, in fact, not just Enugu, in the entire eastern Nigeria, there was this like consensus among their supposed ruling class, elite, governors, senators, royal this or that. It was like a consensus. They just felt so threatened that they became the informant for the Nigerian murderous army to go after the only genuine patriotic army of the Igbos, ESN. I'm talking about, you know something about the army that they recruit and you are promised to be paid, and volunteer army. People who volunteer to say, I want to join. They were not offered anything other than the promise of a brotherhood to say, you won't be alone. You know, they are different. You get that? So the elite in eastern Nigeria conspired and ensured that the supposed only fearful voice from the region, Nnamdi Kanu, is locked away. And everyone who joined his voluntary, voluntary army, ESN, to defend the people of eastern Nigeria against these invaders, these murderers. The resources that could have been given to them to help them as volunteers, the resources has now been turned and used against them by the weakest criminals in charge of the southern Nigeria. Weakest people who would love to pander, or should we say they are always like pandering towards or pandering to their Fulani masters. There are able-bodied patriotic men and women that are with adequate resources, including even if you have to make some local laws that allow us to be trained, military training that is voluntary, with the resources there that turned us into forest rangers, insurance to cover the rest of us who are volunteering. We can do what Obina is saying. Go after the criminals in the southern Nigeria. But we can't, because we are being represented by the weakest criminals that we are sharing ancestral lineage with. And the same is applicable to everyone who have seen this contraption finish. It is a finished contraption. Now your blood and the blood of so many innocent people is what is needed to keep the contraption going. It's almost like it's no more anything. A country that is pretty much like a pariah state, where despite being the poverty capital of the world, the jobless people's capital of the world, as well as the most terrorized people in Africa, nobody wants to deal or do business there, you know? But so those of us who have kept reminding all of you that we can break up this contraption, save the lives of the rest of us that are left, as well as those that are yet unborn. Save the lives, break it up. It's this same weakest mind, this weakest, selfish, greedy, self-centered criminals representing us in this southern Nigeria that would rather wage war against that idea and continue to promote this one suffering, one Nigeria, as long as their need continue to be taken care of with the blood of the innocent people that they don't give a damn about. So there are those that will mobilize the well-equipped armies to go after those who are hearing the idea of autonomous region or a fully independent republics out of this contraption. The weakest minds. And that's a problem, isn't it? It is. So Enugu people, Uzo Awani people, our hearts is with you. But let's go to the next one. While the people in Uzo Awani and Limbo communities are falling to the butchering machetes and bullets of these Fulani terrorists. Look at what your senators are doing. They are fighting over seat. And he got captured on camera. Watch this.
Whether it's supporting or not supporting, that benefit is very important.
It's live, right? Keep loving your oppressors, okay? And until you become the victim that possibly won't live to tell this story. And I hope before you become that victim, right, you'll come back to your senses. That is why you are watching this broadcast. You will come back to your senses, and all of us have a role to play. There are those of us who are going to be physically face these rogues. And there are so many of you that your own role is to help not only to join in mobilizing and enlightening the people, educating them why it's going to be a wildfire the moment it is ignited. You are also going to help raise funds for what is coming, because something is coming. And it will come. When it is here, you should begin to see which role you are going to play. A lot of your own expertise will be put to use as well. And that is why you need to understand what is going on. So that when you pick up your own, what do you call it, the gauntlet, you will know why you are doing it. And you would also have a purpose. Why you can't back down. That is why you are watching this. The criminals in Nigeria have lost it. They have lost the touch. They have lost the contact. They are so far away from you and apart from you, including those of you, their ass lickers, their crumb chasers, crumb eaters, all risers, the bastards, the bad idiots. All of you, you will be a victim of what you never bargained for. So people do say that we should be careful of what we pray for. Sorry, you should be very careful of what you wish for. Because sometimes, it could actually be what will kill you. An example of that is this Thiefnubu. You will no longer be able to drink and feel good from the Kool-Aid. It will choke. It will still, and it will kind of, strangulate. It will suffocate. The feeling won't be anything good at all. you won't be able to endure. So at the end of the day, you will be on the side of those you call the mob, because it's only the mob that wants something better, that could possibly be strong enough to take down these criminals. And when they are coming, when they are ready, you either join them or perish trying to stop them. I am not saying this just because I want to say it. It is what I see coming. You cannot sustain this madness. It is going to be a matter of time. Nigeria is bankrupt. Thiefnubu and gang, they have not even started the looting, the destruction. But unfortunately for them, the consequences of everything they are doing or not doing, it's already catching up with them. I don't think enough propaganda will make that go away. I don't think so. So those of you who are openly deceived the people, bullied them, threatened them, all in all, just to bring about this Thiefnubu. Sometimes some people might look for your karma to come later. Others are going to be seeing the karma right away. One of them is this Ashuhaju baby, the reality of a failed country. It's been like this for years, don't get me wrong. But sometimes if you want to measure progress, there are things you will see and you will miss. So we no longer see all this Agbero anymore. Man, things have changed too. The Agberos are now like educated, they are now like employed, they are now, nobody is standing on the road for any car anymore. Those are the things you look back and say, oh, I missed that. But no, you won't. Because more and more and more are being recruited as education continues to become a luxury for the poorest in Nigeria. And how many of you remember that time? I've said this many times though, right? So when somebody said, Mayegun, you are an activist, you should know. I said, don't manage ship with activist Funtani. You are a human rights activist. I don't finish fighting for my own rights, You are supposed to be a freedom fighter. That's how you get deceived. So now if you get some money, now if you say your money is for a freedom fighter, all I have to say is to say I'm a freedom fighter. Begin to flex this or that. Some of you will give me your money. Abi? Oh, I'm an activist, human rights activist. We are fighting for human rights. Say, you will still give me your money. But I'm none of those. I am a concerned citizen, right? Who have seen the trajectory where this contraption is taking all of us. A lot of us left the contraption. We escaped to chase our dreams. And some of us are living that dream now, except the fact that we are now so cautious of actually taking back this win, these successes to Nigeria. But before now, I became more invested in this because I was like, in 10 years, 20, 30 years time, I'm going to actually be a very rich person. You know me, I had to tell myself that, and I don't think this is the first time you are hearing me. I'm hearing me say that, right? Be positive. Tell yourself that. Okay? You know what I mean? Like, if you can think it, then you can make it happen. You can do it. Right? That's my philosophy. If you can think it, you can do it. Take a look at this place. That used to be a dream. Oh, I want to have a space. I want to have sense. You know what I mean? Like, now it's happening. So if I tell you that I'm going to be a very rich person, and when I say rich, it's probably not just money, but in everything. Family, love, care, and all that, all over the place. But with the way Nigeria is going, that could easily be my greatest undoing. I have suffered, I have been through a lot, just like many, many people have. But one day I'm going to have everything I want. And I want to be able to possibly use that and enjoy that in Yoruba land where I was born. But that Yoruba land has become a place where the criminals in charge of it have failed to educate the generations that are being born. They are not educated. Those who are miseducated. They are not economically empowered. Now, every one of them are being born into the poverty, and there's no sign that they will ever leave that. So one day I will become a victim, because they will look at me and say, why does he have that? Why did he have that we don't have? Why are they looking good and we are not looking good? So I will be one of the reasons why they will say, this is the reason why we are poor. All the things you are going to make, all those money, those nice cars you are intending to buy, or the ones you already bought. Has it not gotten to a stage in Nigeria now that so many of you are now, even though you are from abroad or you are living abroad, in Nigeria now, is either you are disguising or you go and get yourself a private security, because the people that they fail to empower, the children that they fail to educate, they will grow up because they need to survive too. And they will be our own new act of, life of terrorism. They will terrorize our lives. And if they have access to weapons, they will kill us. They won't give a damn that we were once like them. We only escaped to make something for our lives. That worries me. That's why I started my Egun's Diary Political. Because the children of those they fail to empower today, they are the future potential criminals that will deal with your children, my children, including us. Something like this. That is the reality. That is when I know that the elite in Nigeria are actually, very dirty kind of a class people, What you have in Nigeria is classism anyway. But you have poor people with money, parading themselves as Nigerian elites. The problem you are brewing, did you see all those young men? Those are the agberos. They are jobless people. They are in their millions all over Nigeria. So if you want to do anything, you have to pay them. And it's been like that for the past 24 years. No thanks to Thiefnubu. They actually created the industry and flourished it. And there are more, millions of them now. They have no ambition of, and guess what? Some of them, you see them with families, they have children. Some with 2 wives, 3 wives. And they live off the streets that way. They see people to obtain money from, extort money from, some of them forcefully. Now, if they have access to gun, and me, I am coming in my 2024 Maybach. Me, Janjala, me. Coming in my, Mercedes-Benz, Maybach 2024, Oshara. They can't look at me. And I carry this, maybe I have whether Iyakofo or Agbeke or 2 of them in the car, cruising with the women in my life, right? And They just look at me and say, how come this one life is better than our own? It must be one of those who are looting this country. Let's pursue. Maybe if we kidnap him, kidnap those people, maybe we can make more money. Despite the fact that I've never been involved in the business of those who are destroying your country, looting your money, stealing your future. But that won't spare me from becoming a victim. And you know something? Mayegun's diary political is my collateral. You remember when I said, I am not here to fight for anybody because I can't. It's just going to be a delusion. You can't fight for people who are not ready to fight for themselves. And if people say they don't have any purpose or why they want to fight, I can give you one or make you discover one, but nobody can fight for you. If I ended up in the contraption, you know, I told you, and I always say it, yesterday's survivors, they are today's victims. Today's survivors, they are tomorrow's victims. All of us who are here today, we have survived today. Tomorrow is another day. You are in America today. Tomorrow you may be visiting Nigeria. And if Nigeria is going to happen to you, what are you going to use as collateral? If I ended up in the hand of kidnappers or anything, or any of these who are like, you rich people. I'm not a rich person. I just struggle also to, No, you are rich people. How can you have all these beautiful things? Look at your house and all of that. I say, sorry. So, do you have your phone? Check your Go to Mayegun's diary political. I have dedicated my whole life trying to prevent a thing like this by calling on everybody to stand up and get rid of the criminals who are pushing us into this world of, dog eats dog. I not be part of them. I hate them like you hate them. I don't know if you like them or hate them anyway, but Papa. So maybe if they are patient, they see my videos. I know this guy. You are Mayegun. See, you are Mayegun. Imini. I like this guy. I remember I used to follow him on YouTube. It's they see my face now. I no get hand inside what did they do to you. So if I ended up in your gallow one day, have mercy. Because I know if you pay ransom, Kuku kill me. You know my hand here. But before it gets to that, we can stop these criminals. But you must want to stop them. You don't wait for somebody to stop them for you. You must want to. Then once you say, I want to, then we can begin to discuss how. How? Yeah. But you want to, Abi? Yes, I want to. Oh yeah, let's discuss how. Where people are totally in love with their oppressors, it becomes difficult. Don't fight for Nigerians. When they are ready, you will know. When you are ready, we will know. But for now, Let me put this back on before I go on to take calls. If you want to speak to me or if you want to add that to this conversation tonight, the number is on your screen. But do you know something? Can all of us who are here now, right, on Facebook or YouTube, can all of us just leave the comment section, right, and just like the video? I want to see something. Whether it is the YouTube and Facebook that is making it difficult for your liking the video to show, can you try that now? I will be back in a minute.
Jay, help us, help. What are we teaching our children? In this just concluded JAMB examination, we saw a situation where a father impersonated his child in writing JAMB. A father writing JAMB for his own son. What are we teaching our children? A group of businessmen had contracts with a Chinese company. And they will always tell the Chinese company that, look, produce for us a lower quality of this material. don't worry, just produce for us. These are our own Nigeria here. They don't need much. It was a little quality, but they sell at the price of the highest quality. They have been contacting each other. So these people now travel to China for the first time they will meet physically. The first thing was that the Chinese people were eating and dining at that time. They asked them, please join us in eating. They said, no. This type of thing you are eating, we don't take it. And you are also taking alcohol. We don't drink alcohol. Please, when it is time, you get our own type of food for us. Okay, the Chinese continued. They said, please, can we get a place to perform ablution while you are eating so that we can pray? It is time for us to pray. The Chinese said, please, let us finish eating. When they finished, they said, in our own attitude, we don't talk while eating. And anything that is the moral teaching, we follow it. But we want to ask you, in your religion that asks you not to take alcohol, were you also not told not to deceive people? Because we are surprised that the same you that has always been telling us to produce fake products, you are the same people that are not taking alcohol with us. And we wonder that you want to pray. The same religion that asks you to leave us and go to observe prayer, did that religion not tell you that you should not deceive people? That means you are doing selective religion, selective worship. You have double standard. It's mischievous. It's dubious. You live what you like, you take what you like. Why do you always drop moral and you claim spiritual? We need to teach.
Thanks so much, everyone. I believe I have my first caller this evening. Hello.
Hello, my good general.
Is that CA? No.
It's AGK calling from Kansas City.
It should be AGK. I saw Kansas and I thought, which one did I take? Okay. How are you doing tonight, AGK?
I'm doing great. And you, Mayegu?
I'm very well. Thanks so much for asking.
Yeah, I wanna thank you for the wonderful work you are doing to alert our people, to them to know exactly what's going on in the zoo country called Nigeria. You see all these things that are going on in that country. You know, that's the reason why we have to be trying much as we can, started telling our people about the history, because the history is always going to repeat itself, always repeat itself. And if we don't follow the history, and we're always gonna be a victim all the time. So as Nigeria design, all the people that living in that zoo called Nigeria, they're always gonna be the victim of the slave of their masters. You know, it's just something that we had to keep on pushing. But I thank God that we have somebody like you, since our Maersk Nnamdi Kanu, the only person that working so hard to make sure that our people was set free. The Nigeria criminal hold him, but we thank God that we have somebody like you doing the same work and is always doing. Mayegu, I want to learn out some stuff. You see all these Fulanis on the politics of Nigeria. Those people, they don't want to see anything future in that Nigeria. And I want the people to know that those people that Britain handed over Nigeria to, I want them to know that those people are still foreigners. They are not at the indigenous of that country. Even they're claiming they are, anytime they say the northerner, they say northerner.
That's why they're like a parasite, right? Who is eating its host. And suddenly it's because we always know that Hausa is Hausa, okay. And then Fulani came in with Usman Danfodio. suddenly they don't change them to Hausa Fulani, Hausa Fulani. You know, very soon now, you know, go hear Hausa again. They go say no Hausa, na Fulani, go eat them, you know, parasite. It go eat the whole, swallow them.
It's already happening. We are no longer hearing about Hausa again. It's done. That's the same thing they're doing in Kwara State. Kwara State, very soon now, we don't hear nothing about the Yoruba. It's going to be Yoruba Fulani because they're gradually changing that.
Then we can't have Isheshe. Isheshe Yoruba is traditional worshiping Yoruba, this stuff, right? And they wage a serious war and warning too. So you are not far from truth, Baba. Go on.
Yeah, and when you look at the guy that he shows up on the first beginning of the program, this Fulani guy, what is that, Makidio or whatever, said that he hates Nigerians with passion. And he also thanking Tinubu, the war he was doing to Nigeria to show them wicked as they deserve it. And that person he was come over to be a senator. And he can open mouth, and when they looted, kill, do all kinds of stuff, they come over and criticize you, me and you. And all those willing tools and those that have never let them.
No, it's called gaslighting. They'll say, "What have you done? All you do is to complain. Where were you? Where were you when?" I would say, "Are you mad?" Because they are.
Yeah, and when you look at, and let me go back, because I'm from Eastern region, and you see what's going on in Eastern region. The people that enabling all these Fulani to continue showing all this havoc in the Eastern region is all these people call themselves as the governor. And you will see what happened in Ozanwa. And I don't, most of the time, I can say this, I don't blame Fulanese. I don't blame Fulanese.
Because it's not entirely their fault. That's what I meant by the weakest people from our region, the southern Nigeria. I use southern Nigeria because that is where you have all these 17 states. And you have 17 governors who are like paper dogs. They can bark, but they can't bite. So if all of these guys are not there, Fulanis will have a free hand. Let's all be honest with ourselves. But go on.
And you see what they did now. They went over there and take out their massacre and kill a lot of people as they please.
Yes.
Who come out to ask the people to not to be worried that they're gonna take? It's the same stupid man.
Yes.
A stupid governor.
Yes.
A wheeler, a slave, looking for an ass. He came over to tell your people to come down. And you have what? Why would you come there with a whole bunch of military and army and the squad? To come there for what?
To protect himself.
With the army, to protect yourself from your people they already killed. Why would you gonna take this to the full force? And you have all those military that never enter bush. They never go to the bush.
No.
And they never take all these military killers, terrorists.
No.
In our land. In Enugu, in your own land, you claim it that you are a governor.
You are seeing your people being butchered. Children.
Are you seeing your people butchered? And like what I told myself, what I always told myself, I cannot wait before somebody will come and kill me. Start me doing anything. I will just stand and look at them. Now, Fulani have done their worst. What are the youth on that village doing? And they waited to governor to come them. And this one now, they're going somewhere to hide to rest.
What about the military? What about the military they pumped to the eastern Nigeria?
Yeah? We know what the military is there. They come over there to kill us. And we know military, those are still terrorists. Those are the people when they take out the massacre, and those are people who will come up to cool everything. And if we dare try to after this Fulani, they'll kill you. So we don't know what I'm saying now. I dare not keep quiet because those Fulani that came over and killed somebody, they don't know the people they kill. So why don't the youth people in that village took the same level? Because
is that not where the resources part comes in, Baba?
Yes.
You know, that's why I spoke about the resources part. That those who could have made it easier, motivate people, they are doing everything to weaken us. And wherever they believe that we are out of hand, they will call the military to take us out. Isn't that the plan?
And they should know that the violence stops violence.
Eventually.
When somebody brings violence, you use violence to stop it. These youth now, they need to go back to the bush. I don't care anywhere they see Fulani. The same thing, because I'm not going to say it on your program, the same thing they do to them, and they should be able to do the same thing. So when they come up with that kind of that violence to kill all these innocent people, those that are still alive should go back and repeat the same thing they did. Because that's the only thing that can stop them to slow them down.
Educate.
Because they cannot keep paying and letting these people killing them, their loved ones, their children, and everybody. You know, it's hard to stop. I would like to thank you for letting me to.
Thank you.
I'm
so sorry about all of that. Okay, because it could happen to any of us. We are there. Thank you so much, Ejike. I am here in Scotland. Ejike is in Kansas. A lot of you are right there in your different location and all that. Your phone could ring anytime that your people are fallen victim of these terrorists, and millions of questions will be running through your head. How? Why? What happened? And stuff like that. That's how serious this is. And this is why a lot of us in the diaspora are so much concerned. And also, this is also why the advocacy for self-rule, independent Yoruba nation of Biafra, they will all continue to gain followers until the entire global movement is kind of like powerful enough to march and march down on Nigeria. Austin is with us tonight, I believe. Austin, is that you?
It's me, Mayego Baba.
Good evening, Baba.
Mayego, good evening. Good evening.
Austin, thank you so much for joining us again. Please.
My dear, it is very, very difficult for me to be joining every day, but I make it as a task because
I know it's unavoidable.
Program is
you are the type who said, I love listening, but there is always something that will always trigger you to say, I want to say something, which is good, and that's actually why we are here. If people like you and many others too who want to say something are able to get in, right? Then they make the whole conversation much like like broad, and that's what we want.
You know, the issue is that your program is always like a drug that you can't escape it because it's really, really educative. You know, you learn a lot every day. I don't listen to Nigerian news because I don't have much time to listen to Nigerian news. When I want to get informed, I come here, and whenever I tell people about what is happening at the day, they ask me, "Where do you get this information?" And at the end, they will tell me, "My dear, you're right too. What you told me last time was right." I say, "Yeah," because my source of information, he never misses.
Very solid, exactly.
He's very solid. He never misses. He always says it.
Here, we are discussing real life. Yeah, we are talking about things that are actually real life, where people are like dying. So there's no point in making trying to make everybody happy. We are not here to entertain, and it's not a skit.
I was happy that I was happy that I met one of my guys today. He told me, that Mayego introduced to me. That guy na Lamba. That guy they talk to. That guy na. I say, you see what I tell you. So going straight to my point. What the reason why I call this night is because I know in Nigeria.
Sorry, Austin. Something network, I believe. I hope it gets you back. Can you still hear me? Oh, that's a shame. Oh, can you hear me?
Hello? Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you very clearly.
Brilliant. Sorry about that. Please go on.
Yeah. No problem. So, I mean, the Oga of Peter Amba, the person he succeeded, the former governor, was his boss. The same Uzo one, during his time, more than 32 people were massacred there. And he went and he started crying and he declared fasting, praying and fasting.
He declared fasting.
Praying and fasting. If I go on, he declared. So, Mba coming there to talk nonsense will not be a surprise to the people of over there because it is not today. It's not something that it happens every time. More than the last 10 years, if one have not lost people, they have lost more than 300 people. More than. And when Nnamdi Kanu was fighting for us to be free, for us to be liberated, and the same people will come out and get it. We have no security
all
in
had
Eastern Zone.
opinions when Nnamdi Kanu was pointing out all these things with strong voice.
Course.
They all had opinions,
Of
but they are gone now.
Of course. When ESN was there, if they are still there, Fulani run away. Because like that man said, they are cowards. They can never face the reality. The women, they cannot face it.
No.
They can't. They only came to meet women, old people, and small children, vulnerable people, and they did their this, and they are claiming that they are hard guys. Let me be honest with you. If the Southeastern Zone wants to stop this menace, they will do it.
Absolutely. I agree.
Forget about the federal government. If we really want to do it, if our governors, our senators want to collaborate with us and say, let's stop this.
All they just need is just allow you to do your thing. Okay?
Allow the guys.
Asking them to come and even support. Okay? They should just look away and see what will happen. But
just look away. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. If they want, just look away. Just look away.
But
just look away. Within 1 week, you will never hear all these things again. These guys are stooges. These guys you see like our governor, senators, they are stooges. None of them is exempted. None of them is exempted. None of them. Even all of them, none is exempted. I know what I'm saying this night might be somehow harsh, might be somehow controversial.
No,
but I'm going to say it.
You have to say it as you see it now. There's somebody who have compared you to it, calling and say, you didn't see right. Go on.
Another point is what Peter is doing. Because I supposed to make this, I've tried to make this comment every time, but I always forget.
Right.
Peter is playing a very dangerous politics. I am telling you honestly. Peter is desperate to rule Nigeria. I'm an Igbo man. My mother is from their side. I don't care whatever people will say. You are busy going to the north and doing this, showing face. Will Peter tell me that he doesn't know how Nigerian politics function? Is that what you want to tell me? Did he want to tell me that he knows that even Nigeria votes 3 million times that nobody will give him power? Did he want to tell me that? Why is he deceiving people? Why? He keep on deceiving people and doing as if he's the one that is going to, if they vote for me, really, I will do this. You are not ready to fight these guys. You are not ready to fight these guys. And you're not ready to allow the youth to fight. You only tell them, don't worry, we'll go to judiciary. I trust judiciary. And he has come again and tried to deceive people again. Let me be honest with you. My instincts never lie. I believe that Peter B was used to quench the agitation of Biafra in the Eastern Zone. I am telling you, that is my thinking. That's my thought.
That way, yeah?
I am telling you, that is my thought. I'm not saying it's general. That is my own thought. So, another thing is that
why that is plausible, right, Austin? Why it is plausible is that I know people who have genuinely given up on Nigeria, like genuinely. But when they saw the obedient movement came on, a lot of them decided to give Nigeria one last chance. Like they were a bit convinced that maybe there could be something to be done. So you are right. That took a lot of people. It took a lot of steam off the genuine advocacy for self-rule that we were all after then, right? Because some people felt like, okay, maybe just let me give you Nigeria the last one. So now
I was in Nigeria during this period. I was in Nigeria. I am telling you, people are saying, yeah, I know we want that. I know we want this, but Peter B is our brother. Let's try because he's going to win. He's going to win. And I keep on telling them, are you kidding me? You don't know about Nigeria. The last thing that will happen in Nigeria, the last miracle that will happen in Nigeria for an Igbo man to be the president. That's the last thing. Because you know why? British hate Igbo man with passion because during independence, Azikiwe was the one at the forefront. They hate Nigeria with passion. They hate Igbos with passion. They will never allow it. And secondly, Fulani hates Igbos with passion. It can never be. No matter whatever anybody think about it.
So if stabbing them in the chest, if they watch an Igbo man take the oath of office. I actually want to see that. Austin, CEO, I want to see what the reaction would be like. Imagine if now Obi be their president right now. Do you think you even protest before these guys will move everybody to the streets? Before they will start destroying and burning things and threatening military takeover? If it was an Igbo man that is there right now, would you see people trying to figure out or begging or demanding for prayers and fasting and prayer? So that's why I think they should make an Igbo man president so that the rage and anger and the breakup can be faster. Sure, you know. Austin. Let me take another one. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Okay. So that is oh, I just missed a caller there. Let's see if I'll get you back. Give me a second. So 1 sec. Okay, I think I got that. Yeah. Hello there.
Hello, my good general.
The Prince man, the Prince.
Baba, the salute. We are there. The salute.
Are you there? How buddy?
I'm fine. Oh, are you, Baba?
I'm very well. I'm still here. Thank you.
Yeah, great. Yes, so Baba, thank you so much for the great work you are doing.
Thank you.
You are a mirror that will come every evening to look at, to see Nigeria and their bottom. Okay, and thank God you never miss. Yeah, Tukano Mike never miss. Yes, you will continue to talk because they say confession brings possession. That's the reason why we must not keep quiet until our freedom is totally restored. We will not keep quiet while we are alive. Baba, you see, Fulani, the way I look at them, they are small, they are terrorists, but they are small sheep. You know, the big shit that is the main problem in Nigeria is Nigerian military. You understand? You know, T.Y. Danjuma, after he said that they are collaborating, Nigeria army is colluding. People, Nigerian press played it down. Yes, he said it 3 times. You know, to affirmate what he was saying. You see, before this attack on Ozowan, Mayegu, before this attack a few days ago, you know that Nigeria army military, they went attacking ESN. They went attacking ESN, being backed by the same governor that came out now pretending as if yes,
pretending to be sad. Then he said he was going to give them a scholarship, give them employment. That's so typical. He's lying to their faces there, the Prince.
You know, my ego. It's quite unfortunate, but I believe everything has a judgment day. See, my ego, this guy, that's the governor, is the one that is pushing to establish Ruga for Fulani. He is the one that is aiding them to give them this thing, Ruga, there in the Enugu, you know, and based on his action, we suspect that this was the reason why the election that he did not win. You know, they make sure that they plant somebody there. Fulani, this is what they are doing. They just steal Nigerian money to sponsor governor in each region that they want to capture. This is what they are doing. Like what they did now in Imo State. You know, they plant somebody there that is doing the destruction there. Then Enugu State is a strategic place for them because there is near Benue. So that if they want to attack, they can easily come in through there. So they need somebody to be there that they will plant as their stooge, which is what
there is something historically not right about this. Enugu was the capital of old Eastern Nigeria. It's very significant and historically it shouldn't be a place to be toyed with. Why would the governor of Enugu be willing to establish Ruga for Fulani? Is that like a second conquest or what? Like, why would anyone who knows his history will say for peace to come to my state is to part with a portion of the land of my people, chase them out of it and give it to Fulani for peace? Man, how could anybody even feel like that? Anyone who knows their history? Because that's the situation in Enugu right now. And according to the Fulanis there, right, they will continue like this until they are given that land. And there is a governor willing to give it to them.
I'm telling you, he's the one that invited the military to go after ESN. They opened the flank for the Fulani to come in. Do you understand? This is what is happening there. You know? But we will not keep quiet. We will continue to it will be cat and dog. Because we cannot just stay like a slave and they will be killing us. We must defend ourselves. And self-defense is our right. You understand? Anyhow, anyway, you know. So Mayegu, you know, Fulani, you know what they did in Ghana. They tried to do in Ghana
because it didn't succeed anything there.
When Buhari was ruling Nigeria, when they saw that Nigerian Fulanis that they are powering, they've run over everywhere, then they want to start that mess up in Ghana. That's what they wanted to start. And the Ghana government stood up against them because they have a country, but Nigeria is not their country. You understand? That's why they can do whatever they want. Have you seen any one of them in the prison?
No.
Have you seen any one of them in the prison? Even in this Tinubu, because himself is part of his agreement to make sure that the Fulani, all the atrocity, no one talk about it. No one touches them, and they should continue with their cow and make sure that nobody disturbs them on their grazing route. So, Mayegu, everybody must wake up. Everybody must wake up.
They're not the third person.
For us, IPOB can never give up. Nnamdi Kanu has told them that is Biafra or death. So we are not afraid of
because one thing they need to understand is that this Biafran advocacy is an ideology. It doesn't matter if you understand or appreciate it or you like it. Okay, exactly. Killing people or prescribing an organization is not enough to get it out of the way because it's an ideology. It's mostly inside, not on billboard. Exactly. Not on paper, not on other thing. So people need to understand that. Or, well, like you said, they will have to find out why IPOB will never go away.
Amayego, finally, I want to remind the guy that wants to go and give Israel army to fight for them, that Uzzah one is under attack. Where is the army that wants to go and give Israel? His army that
it's because of this. Somebody tried to attack me on my Twitter. They said I allow you people to come and insult their leader and all of that. I'm like, but don't drag me into it. I don't control what people say. But that's a question, right? Hopefully you get the answer. Prince JJ.
My no wahala. We no go keep quiet. Mad people full everywhere.
You have a good
understand?
Yeah. Prince JJ man, God bless you. Enjoy your evening. So what happened there is pretty much like the Fulani terrorists and their sponsor. They will never have an easy ride without the weak men making decisions for the southern Nigeria. Weak men of what do you call that thing again? Earthly materials, the earthy materials, right? Here is a brother.
Hello, man.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm very fine, sir. Good evening, sir. How are you and your family?
Well, we're well. And yours?
Fine, thank you. Your wife and your kids, hope they're fine.
Thank God, man. We thank God. Thank you so much for asking. Please.
Okay, Mayegu. Yeah, this evening was very interesting, you know. At least so many different topics. But I want to just
to talk about here and there, so you just pick yours, whichever one you felt like that one brought to me more.
Yeah, I want to contribute on the aspect of Tinubu destruction and landmarks, you know.
Okay. And there's actually,
there's
actually over 2,700 and something jobs lost because of that, like for real.
Not 2,000, not 2,000. These people, Araizo, I don't know, this Araizo TV, Aerofire, this journalist, yeah. They said it's about 4,000 workers, parents, yes, who pay their children's school fees from working in landmark. Now they are jobless. And Thiefnubu have not even job for them. No job, not even an idea.
Not single job created by this regime yet. Not a single one. Except the political appointments.
Thiefnubu just rendered 4,000 Nigerians jobless just one day. 4,000 Nigerians just one day. And if Thiefnubu is a sensitive president, you know, he will try everything possible to divert. Even if the map coming from that landmark, he would try everything possible, even if it will make it to cost you more money.
You got over $200 million investments, okay? And you've got over 4,000 people working, and that is pretty much like your biggest. See, that thing there is actually like your biggest window to the world, where tourists
come
from all over the world and come there, spend money. But you are happy to demolish that for road that you are constructing at naira a kilometer. Go on.
You see the reason why we always pray for you, that God will keep on strengthening you. Amen. And your strength will never fail you because of what you do here. You know? Do you know, if like where I am now, I was born and raised in that contraction called Nigeria. But I traveled out of Nigeria and my eyes were very open. You know, this country I am, Dubai, they attract foreign investors, and that is how they make their money. You understand me? Naira is going now. These people, they're investing in dollars. They're investing in dollars. But yet, you went and demolished their building. If it were in Dubai, and the map even showed that the landmark should be demolished, they will try as far as possible to divert it, even if it will cost them more money. You understand me? They will try and divert that map.
Save that
they will do it.
And now, you know what somebody said about demolition and demolitions in Nigeria? All these criminals who never created any wealth. There are many, many businesses that could have become what you can call generational businesses and generational wealth. Okay? Where you can say this family started from a small shop. Now they have become this big. But all those businesses that started in small, small places, they've demolished them. A lot of people have given up. And those businesses never became anything.
You can imagine.
Yes, those who are claiming to be rich politicians who are stealing public funds. But real businesses that you can say, this business started as a small pastry shop. Now it's now a big, massive conglomerate making cake, making this, making that. They've been destroyed at infantry. Like you just said, over $200 million investment destroyed.
Tinubu is just like an empty vessel. No plan, no idea.
No plan.
And people giving him word, like his advisors, they are just like the same feather.
No, they are praising.
They don't care.
They were just to tell the king, even though the king is naked. Look
at how difficult. Look at how difficult Nigeria is. You can imagine these people working there. They have children. They will pay their rent. They will take care of their children. They will pay for school fees. 4,000 workers. It's very painful. Even this guy was about to cry. On Arise with this journalist, he was about to cry. He said, "This is so painful." Just like wickedness to the highest, because this guy asked them during the previous regime, Buhari regime. They told him that they will take the back of landmark. They will not demolish his building. He went on and invested over $100 million. And now Tinubu came in regime and discarded the whole place. I felt the pain.
They said they should keep the hotel. They won't demolish the hotel. So, but the real reason why that business actually came there with so many activities on the beach is because of the beach. Somebody said, "Is he the owner of the beach?" Yeah, he is. He bought the land in front of the beach, called the beachfront. He bought it 17 years ago.
He bought it.
So people need to understand that he didn't just jump there and started doing something and say, okay, go away or go somewhere else. Which somewhere else? He should go and buy somewhere else. Or
those are money.
You're going to give him his money to go and invest it somewhere else. But now people will be saying they never created wealth. They don't get job. These are freeloaders, right? Who are now saying it's for development. They are trying to develop their clinical. They're trying to develop. You are destroying over $200 million in investment for road.
My good general, you see, the investment, even this project that Tinubu want to embark on, 20-year project, he will not finish it. It will become an abandoned project. You understand me? Because the next person that will come in as the president might say, this is not my agenda. They will abandon that project.
That's it.
And it's gone.
And all these businesses, but it's not even just landmark. There are also people whose houses, the indigenous people of those communities the road is going to pass. They have started. Those ones even protested. We are poor people, please. So we have nowhere to go to. I'm talking about hundreds of houses. So they are all going to be demolished. All those people, you are not even hearing about them. I'm talking about aged people who have lived all their lives in those places. Nobody is talking about them. Collateral damage. And it won't be the first time Thiefnubu is doing that. Bro.
I'm telling you. There is no light, there is no fuel. And it went on to render other people jobless.
Destroy businesses. And they will do more.
Cost of living.
People will learn. More they watch. Brother, thank
I
you so much.
I want to also make one update in UAE. The Gulf News. They said that there will be a heavy shower again on Thursday.
Oh, early shower.
Yeah.
Didn't say early or heavy shower.
The same like what happened last time. Heavy shower. Yeah, but I think they are working on it seriously to divert the rain or to push it to a nearby country. But I don't know. But the news stands that it will fall on Thursday, tomorrow.
To everybody who is in Dubai or going to Dubai, I hope that is very useful information for you. Be careful, right? Stay safe, Baba. Stay safe. I'm going to get back to you on our convo, okay? Remember that.
Yes, thank you.
Cheers to the family, okay? Nice one. So I have another caller. I'm going to go check the offering pots and see how many of us have actually paid their offering. Your offering is not money, okay? So please don't misconstrue that. It is you liking the broadcast. How could you have nearly 2,000 people at a point and then over 1,400 of us as we speak, and we could barely have 1,000 of us who have actually liked the broadcast? It does happen. Please do like it, because I know this caller. I mean, is that one true Emperor, by the way?
Sakpa Malekum, my brother.
Walaikum Ashakpa, brother. How are you today?
Well, I'm feeling very good today.
One true
very good. I'm feeling very, very wonderful. Another great show to me, my good to me.
Yes.
To the rest of the slaves and zombies, your show is like an education, you know, like a diary,
teacher.
Exactly. You're like a lecturer, a professor, a doctor, a pioneer of our time. I will give you that respect, my good. But to me, my good, your show is a comedy show. I've just been laughing today. I don't feel sorry for the slaves, bro. Now, let us now talk about landmark.
You are from the Buba Galadimas club, then. Let them die.
My goal, you know, 2015, Nigeria was dead to me, and I stand on it. Now, let us now talk about this landmark situation. My goal, I grew up in Lagos. I remember that there was a time in Lagos I used to go to the beach for free. In 2024, there's no free beach for the ordinary Lagosian to go and just wind down and relax.
It's actually a shame, you know that. It's actually very, very bad.
Explaining. Let me finish explaining.
Go on.
Let me finish explaining. I will never feel free. I don't care about the people who are going to lose their job in Landmark because a lot of them voted for Sanwo-Olu. So fuck them. A whole Lagos state that has one of the best waterways in the world, you don't have no free beach where the ordinary Nigerians
go.
Where families can just go and unwind. Where regular
without being harassed for money or get away. Wait, don't come here.
I have been to that Landmark in that 2016. I was there. Everything is expensive even back then. The average Nigerian cannot go to the beach and just chill. Over here in Maryland, there's a place called Sandy Point Beach. All you have to do is just pay for parking. And you go enjoy beach.
It's the same here in the UK. I mean, you can choose. You can just pick up your phone and choose which of the beach you want to go to. And then it's just for the drive and you go there.
And just chill. Whenever I go to this place, the window city, Chicago, whenever I go to Chicago, I go to the Great Lake, Michigan. All you have to do is just pay for parking and you can go to that beautiful lake and just chill, have your drink, have your smoke. Nobody will disturb you. But Lagos, that has one of the best beaches in the world, one of the best waterways in the world, ordinary slaves cannot go there and chill.
No.
And bastards and zombies will tell me that Nigeria will be better. I don't feel sorry for Landmark. They can all lose their jobs for all I care. Tinubu, please build the road. Tinubu, please, even destroy the hotel. Build 20 lanes, even though we know you are not building the road. They are not building the road, Mayegun.
No.
Have people forgotten how many times Bokohari commissioned the fourth mainland bridge that have not still been completed today? Can you see how these slaves and zombies are forgetful fools? You can see these people easily forget. But my own Twitter feed and Instagram feed has been with Davido, Brona Boy, and Don Jazzy. I did not even know that those fools are beating again. You see, Nigerian celebrities, Nigerian celebrities are another set of slaves. Those ones, they are another set of slaves. People are giving accolade to a guy like Davido that cannot put a brick in one place. People are giving accolades to Whiskey that one, how many baby mamas and children? I mean, do these slaves really want their kids to be like Davido and Whiskey?
Do you know something
that cannot put their brick in one place because they have money? I
don't know if you have possibly pictured that, right? You know that what's his name? Ayo Whiskey, right? Is very close to Elumelu. Okay, so initially, when everyone is now talking about Thiefnubu's Saudi Arabia trip, this issue of a fuel scarcity, and all of this, madness going on, and then boom, Ayo and David are fighting on Twitter and Instagram. And all the young people from their different affiliate stations are now involved. And it is no longer about the anger that always comes with fuel scarcity. As well as some people are now saying that what if this is an actual job that Ayo is doing, that Whiskey is doing, because it's so massive and he has a very huge following, right? And the effect was so massive that right now you can't even think Nigeria is the Nigerians have no fuel. They are queuing. It's everywhere on social media now. It's about David and Whiskey.
Bro.
Do you think it's an actual job?
People, I don't think it's distracted. A job. No, bro. I don't think it's a job. I think when you describe what a conquered people are, you are seeing the effects of being a slave. A slave to your celebrities, a slave to your religion, a slave to your politicians. That is slavery. Because if you look at what these people were saying to each other, if they met themselves in real life, they feel starve themselves.
But so it looked.
No, Michael, No, I'm not joking. The way this Nigerian mentality are, the way these people were talking about themselves, whiskey that they don't fast. If these people see themselves in real life, they feel break bottle on top of their head. So I'm not like how I wish this energy was towards the liberation of Nigeria. But my God, imagination don't kill me. Imagination don't kill me. About my God, I beg. People are calling saying, why cannot these people think? Why cannot these people? I'm like, you people are asking, why cannot this guy do this or this Nigerian do that? Or look, they're my people. A slave will always be a slave until the day that slave wants to be free. And when that slave wants to be free, they will fight, destroy,
and break free,
erase every trace of their slave master, his assets, or his descendants. Nigerians, when you slaves are bastards are ready to be free, I'll be waiting for you. But until then, I'm going to laugh at your death. I'm going to laugh at your suffering. I'm going to laugh at your sorrow. Tinubu for 2027. Let's go. My
to 2031 or for 2041.
Yes, so yes, so.
Thank you. Now, for those who should know better, right? It is also said that the day a madman realizes that he's been mad is actually the day he's believed to have been healed. So it's similar to the slave. I would have saved more slaves only if they knew they were slaves. Very tough.
Hello. Good afternoon from me, Amayogu.
Sir, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Very well. Thanks for asking, please.
Yeah, I have something to ask, so I beg.
Oh, yeah.
This coastal highway or something like that they are building. Last 3 days ago, you said something about Sokoto again, getting close to that coastal.
To Badagry. Now, whom are you?
Yeah.
Now, whom are you talk say? Thiefnubu has given him a go ahead, okay? To connect. Hang on, though. He said to connect Sokoto to the coastal way to Badagry. Remember that Madam Fodio said their dream was to go and touch to go and touch the Atlantic Ocean with their Quran and sword, right? Now, Thiefnubu, a Yoruba man, has now employed Umayi, an Igbo man, to help the caliphates build the road that will lead them to the Badagry Lagoon. We are witnessing history. Abba, your turn.
That's why I called, though, because last 3 days you said something like this, you know, and I was like, that means this thing is reality. This waterway stuff, Ruga stuff is reality, you know, and you will see the rate, the pace, this APC 2015 till date, where they are rushing, they are pushing Fulani to take Nigeria, you know. And when you look at these guys that are doing this, they are all in their late, they are almost 5 kilometers away from their graves.
I know.
They are all dying.
They are going to live up in this world. And they are making it worse. Hey.
And you showed one picture about fuel scarcity in Nigeria. That picture you showed there, I think it was 1975 or 1976. And that picture you showed there, there's not too much cars in Nigeria at that time. And there's fuel scarcity to that scale. Yes. And now we still have the same fuel scarcity. You know, last time I called in, I was like saying that there's agreement with Tinubu and the Fulanis. If you know, we when they read news, we need to think, you know, that we don't think so much deep, you know. We always forget things. We don't go back to bring one-on-one together, you know. At least from this book we have been reading,
yes,
you can see a lot of things that is in this government that are all played out in that book, the endless, the fatherless, something like that. Yeah, because when you go back again, you will see that these guys are bent to take over Nigeria, and they are few, and they have enablers.
Weakest men are making it possible for them right before our very eyes.
Yes, yes, because they have enablers. When you go back last 2 months ago, when Tinubu and ECOWAS were shouting, they are shouting to fight for France and the West, you know, and we are just like we are all fighting out each other that Tinubu is going to war. We are just calculating about the people that are going to die, but we are not talking about the taking over of our land. And later Tinubu now calmed down, and after such a lot of noises, he started with all the pushing back to take off some administrative office from Abuja to Lagos. That's one statement Gumi said. When the terrorists attacked, Gumi now said, this is the tip of iceberg. They are going to do more if nobody negotiated with them. And you can remember that time, somebody, one dirty imam from one dirty mosque, now said that this first lady need to be killed.
She must be killed because she's a pastor of infidel. She's a senior colleague.
Yes, nothing happened. Nothing happened. And immediately
said he
after
apologized, he was never arrested. He was never invited.
Yes, that's so real. Nothing happened. That means nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
The apology came after like weeks. Weeks.
No, just a few days, just like a week. When they were like, people were crying, and it was because people were saying, "Hey, see you, they are threatening your first lady. You, the Ronukus, Ronu Nazis, you know, if you do anything." That was when they said, "Oh, he has apologized."
You know, Tinubu, when Gumi says something like this, when they put fire, now Tinubu reopened border. He reopened border.
He did.
The noise of taking some administrative office to Lagos stopped. And the Fulanis got a TikTok where they flaunt everything. The terrorists, they have TikTok.
They do.
And they paid ransom. They asked for 40 trillion. And at the end of the day, all these moving some offices to Lagos, we don't hear it about anymore.
Because
Gumi is now silent. Gumi is now silent.
You know that one didn't stop, Marcy. Because he's not doing it to divide Nigeria. He's doing he's doing it to control the money for himself. So you get, assuming the moving of those offices to Yoruba land was because there is a plan that when Yorubas are, you know, the Fulanis know that he is not doing it because of Yorubas. Is doing that for himself, and I don't think they feel any way offended. Somehow, he's done it.
You know what I want to. He's doing it for himself. There's two ways about it. Also, he's doing it for himself, and
because to them, and they come tomorrow and return it back to Abuja. Sure, you get so. Go on.
They threaten him. We are not hearing the noise again that he's taking those things. Then he reopened the border without any clarification, and they paid the ransom, which they said they never paid ransom. Now, I saw the mark, the red and yellow mark you drew on the beach resort.
Landmark,
The landmark. I saw it. It's still the waterway Buhari didn't achieve, and we saw what is happening in Nimbo. It's still the Ruga Buhari did not achieve.
That's right.
And Tinubu is now just, let me just do this thing for these people and get away. My family are living good. They cannot suffer. My son had $10 million pounds house in London. My daughters, they are living in New York. Right. We have the money. So these people can continue. So there's a serious agreement on still the blueprint of Fulani taking over Nigeria. Islamization is real. No, whether we like it or not. And from the last caller, He said something about Davido and you said it. Davido and Wizkid. Yeah, I believe you. Because anytime Nigeria we are getting high to agitate on something, you will see one of those people having up to 1.something million followers to bring the fools on Facebook to be shouting Wizkid, Davido, all this nonsense, bringing in. They are not celebrities. They are not celebrities. I don't see them as celebrities. I see them as the people these guys are using to launder their money. These guys are using to put their money down. Hustlers. So everybody, Nigerians, we should open our eyes. Islamization is real. Killing is real. And from this book we are reading, Britain and the West, they don't need to come. They don't need to be present anymore. Those people they have now are doing the same thing. Can you imagine? Yaya Bello taking 80 billion naira. Can you imagine? We are no more hearing about the last accountant general. 181 billion. Right. We don't hear that anymore. When you do the calculation of 80 billion naira, it is about 1,008 million, 80 million naira inside 80 billion naira. What is this guy? This guy doesn't need this money. What is he going to do with this money? And people are suffering, and people are still opening their teeth with these people. Now, I called in one program this morning. I said I don't blame Nigerians anymore. When I say I don't blame Nigerians anymore, because whenever we walk out on the street, they will kill us. Because that is the situation of that's the plan, the game with the British. My uncle, Google it. My uncle, his name is Sunday Anyasodo. He was the first person that received the bullet during a corporation massacre in Enugu State. Google it, and you will see it. Because they only ask for their welfare. The British killed them.
Enugu miners that protested and in order for them to get better working conditions and pay, welfare, and then they moved their royal force or something to go on and kill them. Yeah, they killed them. They killed them. Now, British now don't need to come and send their own soldiers to kill people. They are now using these white politicians that are there now to kill people. So they are doing the job for British, and people are looking at them laughing. It's better we destroy this country and scatter it. It cannot work. P2B is slowing us down. Any other person that doesn't want Nigeria to go ahead is a criminal and is evil. We need to bring them down. Thank you so much, my Edu. God bless you once again and many times. Thank you so much for that. Now, I think I have make it up to us. I promise I should be here tomorrow noon, where we can have our program divided into two, and we can have something to talk about as well in the afternoon. So this is going to be the end of the chat this evening or this afternoon at yours too. It just doesn't really matter. Okay. Thank you so much, every one of us has been part of this evening. I'm going to see you some other time, okay? Until then, please don't leave without liking the broadcast or sharing it. I will see you again next time. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary. ṣeré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún Diary Naibi #1. Máyégún Diary Politico. Máyégún Diary Naibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún. Máyégún Diary Naibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Máyégún Diary Naibi #1. Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó. Máyégún Diary Naibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Ayégun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ayégun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran.